I think that's fixed it. Yeah, that looks like it's fixed it. Alright. Hey Mick, how's it going? Welcome in. Pleasure to see you. As we're about to continue this Doom journey. Oh wow, that's loud. And hope we can recover. You did miss your death. Plus 2 more deaths. Last session was brutal. Absolutely fucking brutal. I got overconfident and Cerulean City was deadly. Diving, at least useful. Yes, you died heroically. In fact, you very nearly took out Misty's Starmie. And just got unlucky with one last turn. Now, why is this not connecting? There we go. I don't load it like that anyway, it's a save state. Come on, Wind, you know how this works. Alright. But yeah, Misty's a lot harder on the OG. Misty was brutal, and then it was actually like 2 trainer battles that took out the next 2. Which again was just unlucky crits. It's like Spearow lost to a fighting type, which is crazy. Yes, hello Henno, how's it going? So, how many people have had the Pokemon song, like soundtrack, stuck in their head since the last 2 sessions? Because I know Henno has. He's straight up said that he's been struggling with it. Alright, I can train up to level 28, but I also want to... Alright, as has teleport. We could just fucking teleport back to Pokemon Centers now, that's... Did say that you're struggling with Pokemon themes. Yeah, that's good. That pleases me that you're struggling with the Pokemon themes. So we're going to start tonight with a bit of grinding for obvious reasons. I would like everything to be at least level 20 before we start the SSN. Highly recommend the Buck Bumble theme song, by the way. I don't know what that is, but it sounds terrible. I also need the... Buck Bomber is fantastic. Seems to have mixed support. Nintendo 64 PS1 games, I have it on look at him. Fair enough. I can't say I know of it. It's got an awesome soundtrack. Well, that's good. We love a good soundtrack. Apparently it's a terrible game, but the theme song is 10 out of 10. Ah, excellent. Does better than the Superman game apparently. Well, the Nintendo Superman game was notoriously bad. Like that one's famous for how bad it is. So that's not particularly surprising. Does this feel... because it is wrong. My setup should be like that and that and that. There we go, that feels a bit better. Sometimes shit's just in the wrong place, you know? I have thought about your eventual party now that you can't get a Squirtle. Yeah, it's gonna be... Actually, that was one thing I need to do, because it turns out there is actually an extra Pokemon I can catch. Because... can't really indicate it here, because it doesn't show up, but... See this? That's two separate routes there. Route 24 and Route 25. And I did not ever actually enter the grass that's on Route 25. Because I assumed with my Charmander there, it was done and dusted. So I can actually go to the grass that's on Route 25 to catch something. So I probably should go detour there. Because that could potentially get me an Oddish, a Bellsprout, or a Venonat. Which Oddish or Bellsprout would be good. So I should do that before I forget, because I already forgotten once. While we're here, may as well heal. You thinking Lapras? I mean, Lapras would be a good fit, and we are guaranteed Lapras. The big question is, do I stockpile a shitload of repels and go for the legendary birds? Because it can be done. So yes, this patch of grass here is still free real estate, so let us move Sir Hanno up to the front. Articuno would be a good addition. Articuno would be a good addition. Zapdos would replace the Pikachu I lost. Articuno would replace the Squirtle that I can't get. I mean, it would mean I have an overabundance of flying types, so that would be a bit dangerous, but Bellsprout. Alright, we can work with the Bellsprout. Alright, we got a Bellsprout. So, Ash, would you like to be revived as Ash 2.0, the Bellsprout? If the answer is no, too bad. There's no one else in chat. You are going to be the Bellsprout. Right, you don't have numbers. So you're going to be Ash 2. Question mark. Same as also has the question mark. Love the sad little condom plant. Certainly a thing to call it. Alright. So I'm actually going to go and swap that Pidgeotto out. For Ash, because I would like a grass type that's competent. And tell you, especially out the Marvel Netflix series, just finished Iron Fist Season 1. I didn't mind Iron Fist Season 1. I think Iron Fist Season 1 got more hate than it deserved. Like, yes, the fight scenes weren't great. Like, the choreography was subpar, but that's not the actor's fault. That was entirely entirely the people in charge that gave him like one morning to learn how to do everything. It's not good, but it's not as awful as I recall. That's fair. Oh right, they keep their status effects while in the box. It's really useful having the little thing on the side that shows me the health and status of my Pokemon. Because being able to see that out of the box that Ash 2 was already injured and sleeping. I think coming off Jessica Jones, Luke Cage. Yes. Yeah, it's definitely like 100% the weakest of the Netflix Marvel series. Like, there's no denying that. Oh, I still have Saheno in the front. Should probably change that. There's some good stuff in there. Yeah. There's promise, and I actually like the way... What's his name? I want to say Finn Jones, but I'm pretty sure that's the kid from Stranger Things. No, that's Finn Wolfhard. Fuck, what is Loris Terrell's name? Oh, I was right. It's Finn Jones. Alright. Okay. I should have trusted my instincts. Turns out, sometimes, I know things. And then I second guess myself. And then, I don't know things. Level up! Level up! Oddish. I have type advantage here, and I don't think Oddish is particularly strong. Yeah. Charmander should be able to handle an Oddish, no worries. Are you prepared for the amount of inane shit we'll be spouting in the next week or so? I am always prepared to spout inane shit, you know? Spouting inane shit is like one of my main hobbies. We have 4 days of inane shit to spout though. I mean... yeah. but we're also very good at repeating ourselves and spouting the same inane shit, so I'm not concerned. If we end up caught in a loop, we end up caught in a loop. Still plenty of shit to spout. Disappointed when he doesn't one-shot these. Back in the game, you're gonna get a Diglett to defeat lands. I will attempt to get a Diglett, but I shouldn't need one because, you know, the mistake I made last time where I forgot that Mick and Fennon are both ground types. So I already have the aces I need to face Lieutenant Surge. At the same level, a Bellsprout is a bit more intimidating than an Oddish, but we'll see what we can do. Yes, so theoretically Mick and Fennon should make short work of anything Surge can throw at me. But I won't say no to a Diglett if I get one. You know, having 3 Pokemon that are strong against the enemy. It's bound to be better for me than having 1. Or 2, I should say. Level up! But this stream is probably just going to be grinding. Whether or not I get to Lieutenant Surge tonight is up in the air. Because after the slaughter that was last stream, gonna play a bit safer from here on out. It's totally fair, but it's yeah. might just actually run away. And go heal up. Because I would like to have that Charmander there to support the others against grass types. What's really disappointing is that you don't get a Meowth in yellow version. Because a Meowth would be very, very useful. Gonna get a Magnemite to replace Pikachu. I don't know if I am going to replace Pikachu. Just because there's not much that Electric does in Gen 1. Like, other than flying types, which are not that common. Like, yes, Pidgeys are everywhere, but like, water, you're better off with grass types, because grass also do ground and rock. And hey Cypher, welcome in. No, I don't know if I need to fill one of my six slots with type advantages that I already have covered elsewhere, apart from flying, which... And look, I'm sure me saying this now does mean that at some point there is going to be a trainer with a flying type that is just going to wreck my day. And you'll be able to be there like, hey, you should have had an electric type. But also, for that same token, if I get Articuno, then Ice is also super effective against Flying type. So Articuno would also fill that role. Imagine if you had Electabuzz. From memory, Electabuzz looks cool, but is not actually all that strong. I'm pretty sure that's to deal with like all of the single stages. They look cool, but they're not amazing. Like your Magmars, your Jinxes, your Tanglers. Although whether or not they all look cool is certainly up for debate. hope you're well and warm this evening. I am definitely well. I don't know if I'd say I'm warm. Disabled Ember, that's rude. Alright. Fennon, get out there and bash this and that. More defensive having electric type in the party. I mean, if I was going to go for an electric type, Electabuzz would be up there. But the place where you get Electabuzz is also the place that you get Zapdos. So at that point, should I not just use a bunch of repels and go for the big option? You know, just start humming the theme at the same time we have a problem. I mean, that or it's just the theme. I don't see that as a problem. Critical hit. Give Juju a break and move Az up to the front. If you can get Zapdos, do your thing. I definitely could get Zapdos. It would be difficult though. Like, it would just depend on how much repels I can get, basically. Probably my favourite of the birds, aesthetically on point with Jolteon. That's fair. My favourite of the birds was always Moltres. But that's just because in my youth I was partial to fire types. Something something, actual name, something. And then I grew up and got into my edgy phase, and my favourite became Scyther. And then I actually grew up and realised that the superior Pokemon has always been Eevee. My favourite something. Everyone's got a favourite something something. My favourite is the Goomy and the Goodra line. They sound familiar. I'm pretty sure you've got me to look them up in the past. Are they the... Yeah, they are the ones I was thinking of. It's definitely a choice. Definitely a choice. Oh, and Applin. So you just like the least dragons available. Like their designs, that's fair. And Goomy is friend shaped. That's also fair. Important question. When does Abra learn combat moves? When it evolves. Alright. Does not learn any combat moves until it evolves. Yeah. Okay. And it evolves at level 16. Also a big fan of Centis Korsh, because that got me through Sword and Shield. Fair enough. Important question. Which starter does everyone think they're going to go with in Wind and Waves? Which I'm clearly going to have to get a Switch to so I can play Winds. But that's not due out until 2027, so I've got time. Plenty of time. Though I don't know that Evo's yet, I'm drawn to Pombon. I mean, a Fire Pomeranian is definitely a choice. Like, for me it's going to be between Pombon and Gekwa, just because I have an aversion to grass starters. Mainly due to the fact that in Gen 1 they were easy mode. If you want to pick the game on easy baby difficulty, you picked Bulbasaur. Alright, I'm gonna have to learn how either Dynamax or Mega Evolutions work, aren't I? Disgusting. Dynamax is easy, it's just Pokemon become big, get more health and a stronger move. Fair enough. I know I've seen that Eevee has a Dynamax form, and that makes me very happy. And that's 3 turns in combat, and that's doing Dens. What are Dens? I'd always choose Charmander or Squirtle in Gen 1, took Smash Bros to get me to see Bulbasaur as an option. I was always Team Charmander in Gen 1, except the yellow version. And then Gen 2, I was pretty much always Cyndaquil as well. But that was during my, again, always choose the fire types phase. Mega Evolution is boosted moves different. But that's also like a temporary status, isn't it? It's not like a permanent thing. Squirtle or Bulbasaur in Gen 1? Of course you play the game on easy mode, Sir Heno. The anime got my feels for Charmander, but the Squirtle's got... The anime does hit you hard in the feels for Charmander. Charmander does it rough. And then he turns into a dick, which is hilarious, and I relate to that. Enjoy the regional forms of certain gigantic types. I'm still iffy on the whole regional forms thing. I think I'm wrong. I do like the visuals of like Alolan Ninetales. Am I going to stream on Thursday? Maybe. I have some things to do Thursday, but if I get them all done, then yes, I will. So Thursday's a maybe. But also, that's a Thursday problem. We're not even an hour in today's stream. Charmander and Trico give the same punk vibes. See? Trico, again, grass type. Disgusting. We stay off the grass here. Oh no, Mick is missing. I say if you don't, I've got so much shit to get sorted before Friday. And it's also because I've got that inspection, I want to get as much cleaning as I can done on the Thursday before I leave, so that when I get back, I don't have as much to do immediately before the inspection. Who knows, I could come back from this trip absolutely exhausted and hating life and not able to function. Spending 5 days with Henno might be enough for me to just lose the will to live. Stranger things have happened. Some shit will go down, and then back up, and then back down again. Because that's how the game is played. Get some Hennessy whiskey to ease the pain. I'm trapping myself in a car with that man for an extended period of time. But it's fine, because I'm just going to sleep the whole way there. Lamb, hello! Welcome in! It's been forever. Stream again? I am in streaming again. Absolutely. Good to see me back on the stream. It's good to be back. We'll see how long it lasts. Hopefully I get to the end of this Nuzlock at least. Of course, if last session is anything to go by, I might not make it to the end of this Nuzlock anyway. Alright. I'm gonna pull Mick out because his health is getting a little too low. But if we do, I do sort of have a soft goal. I would like to I'm saying it's a soft goal because it's very unlikely, but I would like to work my way through all the generations before the next one releases. Just torture myself through all of them in time for Winds and Waves. So Krista next. Krista next, yep. All is Nuzlock. All is Nuzlock, yes. Oh shit, that was the wrong one to send out. But Gust is normal type in this version. Alright. So Heno is a bit safer than I thought. He can take this. If this was any other generation, that could have killed Heno in my carelessness. Okay, Juju is evolving. Hell yeah, Charmeleon, here we come. Gonna head off, hopefully I won't die again. Hopefully you won't. I was about to say that tonight I'm going to be being far more careful to try and avoid that, but that's... I can't believe I just did that. But yes, Crystal next, because I figure I will play the deluxe edition of each generation. Charmeleon is goofy rear profile. It is a very goofy rear profile. To be fair, most of them are very goofy rear profiles, but Charmeleon's is a particularly egregiously goofy rear profile. He looks like a button up from humping. He does. I was going to say gourd, but yeah. Alright, and Oddish, Juju can take care of an Oddish, no fucking worries. Kind of the whole point of him. Alright, so with Juju almost able to start taking on everything himself, means I'll have 3 that I can support leveling as an Ash with. What's the level difference here? I will still switch out to Fedon for now. Again, we're aiming to get everything to level 20 before we go back and attempt Vermilion City again. Which I feel like I should pretty easily get to tonight. I imagine we will be stomping our way through the SS Anne before I finish. Well, but on that note, it is time for an ad break, so before that forces me into one, I'm going to go for a quick stream and I'll be back in a minute. Alright, back to the grind. Non-stop, all day. But for some reason, that doesn't seem like it's showing for you guys. Why is that? Interesting. I don't know why the window changed, but that's fine. Long as that quick stream is now a thing. I mean, it just works. But yes, in regards to the levels, I do need to pay attention to level cap, and the reason I've chosen level 20 is because the battle against Tick, which theoretically should be the toughest battle on there, their strongest Pokemon is also level 20. So I should be stronger than the strongest fight on there, and have plenty of leeway before the battle with Surge. Level cap. So level cap is determined by the ace of the next gym. So for the next gym is Lieutenant Surge. His ace is a Raichu that is level 28. So basically, as soon as anything turns 28, I am not allowed to use it until I am facing Lieutenant Surge. And given that the SSN from memory has a shitload of trainer battles, and Vermilion Gym has like, I think it's 16 trainer battles before him. Okay, then go through SSN without going into it. How am I going to afford to buy all the repels I need to get to Articuno? If I go and skip all those trainer battles. Do them afterwards. That would be an idea. Except, you seem to be forgetting one small feature about the SSN in Generation 1. And that is, the moment you step off it with Cut, that ship fucks off. And there is a lot of items. Just teleport off that you've done it. That is an option. Or I can just use that as training. It's a place to get my experience up while I'm under without going over level 28, and earn some money. Trust me, it'll be fine. Level 28, level 20 is plenty. Appreciate the comments, but we've seen what happens before. We have seen what's happened before, and I have learned from that. So now I'm doing my research ahead of time. Juju back up because I want to get him to level 20 and then he can move to a supporting role with the others. And besides, I'll still have a few of the trainer battles that are between Vermilion and Cerulean to do. Gotta get a Diglett. And then potentially a Hypno. Not a Hypno, a Drowsy. There'll still be training to do after I'm done in this particular grass patch. Juju grew to level 18. Hells yeah. 2 more levels with him, then we'll move to boosting Sir Hanno up to 20. Then we will move to boosting Az to 20, and then Ash 2. And Once they're all level 20, we'll make the move to Vermilion. Try and catch myself a Diglett. And then I'm pretty sure it's Drowsy we can get in the grass near Vermilion. Yeah, Drowsy is theoretically the only thing we can get there, because although this site has been wrong with what's in certain grasses, so there might be something else there. Because the map says the grass that is east of Vermilion has Pidgeys, Pidgeotos, Rattatas, Raticates, and Drowsies, and I've already caught a Rattata and a Pidgeotto, so if that is correct, the only option there is a Drowsy. I'm pretty sure I remember Meowths being there. That might just be me being hopeful though, because a Meowth would just be... It would make the whole quest to get the legendary birds a lot easier if I can get a Meowth. Like, just absurdly easier. Azzy, hello! Because Meowth earns money. And money can be used to buy repels. And I'm going to need so many repels to get to any of the legendary birds. Another wild Pidgey. How's our ragtag team? It's getting better. I won't say we've recovered from the past trauma, but we're recovering. Juju's level 19. Rides up like a phoenix. Exactly. We got... Well, we didn't so much got burned as we got drowned, karate chopped, and blown away. But sure, like a phoenix. Oh, I don't use Growl. An important question to consider is if I'm still going to be able to get an XP all doing the Nuzlock as is. With all the evolutions I've lost now. I can't remember how many are needed for the XP all in this version. Hang on. So you need 50 different types to get XP share in Gen 1. At present I have, I have 18. I get one more evolution out of the Charmander. One out of Pidgeotto, one out of Rattata. Can't evolve Spearow, so that's 3. 4. No, can't evolve Zubat, that's dead. One out of the Abra, because I can't trade it. Could get 2 out of the Bellsprout, so that's 5. It's going to be a hard task to get the XP all. Dun, 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 dun. Found some music lately? What music have you found lately? Disco Wizard of Oz. Yes, I do recall you mentioning something about that in the Discord. It's certainly a combination there. Wizard of Oz already has a disco. So cool, why can't I fit more than 10 hot dogs up my butt? That doesn't sound very disco or Wizard of Oz. Also, I feel like 10 hot dogs is a lot of hot dogs. I feel like you're putting in some pretty good effort if you get to 10. As long as why do hot dogs come in packages of 12 and I can only fit 2. I mean, clearly that's one for each hand. So you've got the whole thing going. It's such an obvious answer. So sad that there are no song comps. Song comps were a good time. One day we'll convince her to return. And there will be a song comp like never before. The song comp to end all song comps. Miss the shenanigans I cause. I too miss causing shenanigans. That's... There's like been some streamers that I've dropped in on that need moderators, and I've considered signing up for it, but then I'm like, I don't know, it just feels like it would be cheapened if I'd carried on the sort of behaviour with someone else, you know? And I'm not going to be a serious moderator, that just sounds like hell. Scratch was disabled, that's rude. People have let me be mods on the channel. I mean, you were a mod in my channel, briefly. Just need a mod that gets the vibe. Yeah. I mean... yeah, I don't know. Who really needs moderators these days? Seribot's got you covered. Tigany, a good one. What do you think? What traits do you think make up a good mod? And how many of them would you say Tigany has? It was an oddish, wasn't it? Yep. Junior can handle an oddish just fine. It's really hated here. Yes, I know. You won a song comp, as have I. As has Azzy, I'm pretty sure. Mick definitely has. I'm not sure about Cypher, and I don't think... And I'm not sure about Lamb. But Lamb thinks she won one, and I am willing to believe her. Many more times than making his lovely meme songs. Mick did have a good selection of meme songs. I might have won with Loopmobile, but I don't remember. Yeah, see, Henno, you may have won your first one, but Mick won with the Loopmobile theme song. Now that's winning. Anyone can pick a good song. The key was to win with a funny song. Some songs were persistent. That's always the way with that sort of thing. There's some that just keep coming back. Nala did Tiebreakers. Yes. Nala did do Tiebreakers. The fucking duck song. That's a persistent song. It's great. I don't know that I know that. You can't make me admit to knowing that. Not very effective, but it did 3 whole hit points of damage. That's it. Gonna need to go back to the Poke Center now. I want to move the good guys out. Yes. I think that one got a few appearances. There were so many just annoying songs that people submitted. Deja Vu would come up a lot and would always do well. With that, I'm gonna head out. See you, Cypher. Have a good one. Well, the most annoying one's mine. I mean, you were the most annoying one, so I would say so. A wild Pidgey appeared. Still got 2 more levels before Az can start fighting for himself. that's okay. Because we got Fennon and Juju to fight for him. Catch you next time, everyone. Someone remind me. Weeping Bell to Victory Bell, is that a level evolution or is that a stone evolution? I feel like that might be a stone evolution. Although I also think stones are less rare in this one, I'm pretty sure you can just buy stones. Level? It's a level evolution? Okay. Excellent. That means I don't have to waste money on Leafstone. Az grew to level 15. Az is one level away from being able to fight for himself. Rap's not a good time. Just don't quote me on that, but I think it's high evolution level. Well, if you're wrong, I will absolutely call you out on it later. Because my first instinct was that it's a stone evolution. Rap is lethal. I should probably trade out as soon as it gets wrapped in future. Just because rap is such a bullshit move. Leafstone? There's Leafstone. Yeah, I thought so. Don't quote me. And I don't follow your instructions. I will quote you when I want to quote you. In fact, I'm half tempted to activate the Stream Elements quote system just so someone can quote you properly. And it'll be forever recorded. Dad's getting divorced. Joke's on you, we got divorced ages ago. We're in that separated but still living together phase. Where we just trade barbs with each other across the kitchen counter every morning at breakfast. What if while he's asleep, I control his hand to make him silent? So it was technically his hand holding the pen. I'm pretty sure I can be fairly precise with that. Divorce, I was only ever using it for his body. Story of my life. Everyone just wants to use me for my body. Can't say I blame them. But, like, you know, just once I'd like someone to want me for me. And not for my sheer sex appeal. What I'm saying is, it's tough being this hot. Open the window. I mean, opening window would certainly cool things down. Your name works against you. I know, right? I was doomed to be hot with a name like that. I started that way. My ambivalence is me. So clearly, you didn't actually love me. You loved your perception of me. And you know what? That's not my fault. Make this about me. I am 50% of this equation. It is about me. And it's about you. And how you never wanted me for me. I was never actually good enough for you. You wanted your perceived version of me. No matter what I did, I could never live up to the image that you had in your head. Whereas all I wanted from you was your family's money. That's it. And how much of that did I get? Fucking zero. This was the worst trade deal in the history of trade deals. Compared to me, fucking Donald Trump looks like a savvy businessman. What? As is evolving. As evolved into Kadabra. Fuck yeah. Ah. Tick, we were speaking of you earlier. Are they breaking up live on stream? We already broke up. Now it comes out in my future. Bitch, it was in my vows that all I want from you is your inheritance. I was straightforward from day one that I was in this for the money. That is all I ever wanted. And I was honest about that from the start. Again, this comes from you having your perception of me that you made up in your head that I was something more than what I am. That's not my fault. I was honest with you from the start that all I want is the money. But also, no, we're not breaking up on stream, Tick. We've already gotten a divorce. This is just aftermath here. That does read as he's calling Tick a pig. So what? Now you're throwing shade at my friends too? How fucking dare you? And also, you started this tonight by complaining about my ambivalence. I just wanted to have a friendly Nuzlock stream. But you had to come in here and talk about how I'm not good enough again. Side note, this would be really weird for any like new viewers that just happen to be dropping in to come into. You've made me out to be that beggar. It's in the chat feed. They can scroll up and see for themselves that you started this. I've only responded to you. If anyone is gaslighting here, it's you. So stuck. Look, Azzy, it's not your fault that we got divorced. I mean, it is. It's absolutely your fault. You caused 90% of the strain in our relationship. Yeah, I've got nothing more to say. This is all your fault, Az. Heading to bed, Lamb? No worries. Have a good day at work tomorrow. Thank you for dropping in. It is a pleasure to see you, as always. Unlike some people... Try I'm ahead of the flatbeds again. Keep moving. Running out of work is always good. Don't let him feel like... Don't let him feel like you were a factor. He's just protect... I mean, I've already expressed expressed I feel like that, and I don't think Azzy has any control over the feelings I feel. Of course, you would assume someone could just control my feelings. See you later. It's what you tried to do our whole relationship by forcing me to love you when, as I told you from the start, I'm in this for the money. For something he can't control, something he got from you. That's the worst part of it. He inherited it from you. It's your fault he's like this. Look, Az, I loved the shenanigans when they were contained and causing problems for Tick. But they haven't caused problems for Tick for quite some time. And without that factor, it's just pointless. It was time action Malice. The timeout was always Malice. All I feel is hatred for viewers on Twitch. That's absolute hatred. I'm seething with rage at the fact that you guys think you are worthy to even speak to me. If I ever make it big, that's going to be a clip that comes back to haunt me. That'll be how I get cancelled. You say he's my son too, but here's the thing. You don't know about this, but I went and got a DNA test, and he's actually American, which is no blood of mine. There is not a single ounce of superior Australian in him. So I don't know what floozy you were cheating with to get that American DNA. Whoop, I didn't want to use teleport. Whoops. It's really annoying that teleport's his top move and you can't change them in Gen 1. Pretty sure in later generations you can reorder their moves. Although I could be wrong about that. There is a definite possibility I'm wrong about that. Az has already become a machine I knew a Kadabra would be like... He's adopted? Wait, are you telling me we picked up the wrong child from the hospital? Are you telling me we have someone else's kid? No, because that's within crit range, and we're not fucking around with crit range, because we've already learned from that, so Mick can go out. So you can change the order in Gen 1. Okay, yeah, it turns out you... Well, AI overview says you can. Alright, interesting, maybe you can. This is... I mean... Just... asking that question, how could we ever have believed you were ours in the first place? Alright, so apparently, if in combat we go... We're not gonna... That did not work. I needed to press select again, not actual attack. That was silly of me. Don't mess around with things while someone's on low health. Never liked Milo, drank it all. You never liked Milo. How could you not like Milo? Like, I understand not liking Vegemite. It's disgraceful, but I understand it. Some people are just too weak to enjoy the flavor. But not liking Milo? It's genuinely disappointing. As you being full-blooded American doesn't mean you have to stop him. He's not asking if he has to stop. He's asking for permission to stop. And I do not support this. Do not include me in that we. You do not speak for me. So, holy shit, it's ad break time again already. How did that come up so fast? That feels very quick. But alright, I'm going to go on a quick ad break and we'll be back after a quick stream. come back, everything is crashing, but it seems to be back to being good now. Although it does still say it's unstable. So, it may crash again. If it does, we will deal with it. Or we won't. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just making this all up as I go along. Australian internet? Let me throw shade at Australia. How very dare you? Yeah, it's turning into that one episode of Drawn Together. That was a good show. I love Drawn Together. Sorry for doing this. It's not funny. Yeah, suck up to the kids, try and keep them on your side. So how about that football match between... Was there a football match between Australia and America? That sounds incredibly boring. Azzy, this is for everyone, but it shouldn't be. Blame Wind, he's the one who doesn't. I have acknowledged Azzy plenty of times, thank you very much. As you're just there trying to sow more discord. I'm gonna say you're both on fire from 3 meters away. Joke's on you, I'm fireproof, bitch. There you go again. Setting impossible standards that I'd never be able to measure up to. And then getting shitty at me when I can't possibly measure up to the impossible standards you set. It's so typical of you. Really should have listened to your ex when she warned me about you. So when's the next podcast episode? When I go back and re-edit it, because Henno wasn't happy with the quality it came out in. It's a standard to me. I have anxiety. You cause it. Just because some of the audio is to blame. Illegible. would it be illegible or inaudible? I feel like that's the wrong word to use there. Alright, so Sir Henno has confusion, which is super effective, so should... So Henno got confused. What else is new? It's like when people have it, when you have a note and people ask what to say. It doesn't say anything. I mean, it is, but it's also a bit different because, like, you know, ineligible is specifically for text. Yeah, that's a word with specific meaning and intent. Gotta take your kiddo to summer camp? No worries, Azzy. Thanks for dropping in. It's been fun having you here. Well, I mean, I know I personally am awesome. I don't know about the rest of them. Mick's alright. But the other viewers in the list... ugh. Dun, dun. What typing is oddish that Kadabra is super effective against it? So I thought oddish was just grass. Grass and poison. It's the poison. So, reviewing what I said at the start of the stream, because we're already 2 hours in and I'm only planning to go for 3. Might not even get to SSN at this point, because I still want 2 more levels with Sir Henno, minimum, and then 5 levels with Ash 2. There's a very real chance this whole stream is just going to be in this grass patch. Alright, we swap them out as soon as they get wrapped because they can't do anything while they're wrapped. That's what you signed up for? Well. Yeah, got no response to that. It takes as long as it takes. It'll be interesting if I do go beyond, like, to past gold and silver to, like, emerald and ruby and all that shit, to games that I don't know what's coming. It'll be much harder for me to plan for the future when I don't know what's coming. That being said, I will have Nuzlock checklists for them, same as I do here, so I'll have some idea of what's coming, just not specifics. Grinding is part of the game? Yes, grinding is part of the game, but grinding is also not the most viewer-friendly part of the game. Like, if it weren't for the fact that I couldn't be sure, I suppose I could. You're just gonna have to put up with the grinding. And while that, you get lovely, witty dialogue from me as I air my dirty laundry in my relationship with Henno. What more could an audience want? Like, that's peak content right there. Only doing it for the views, that's what we agreed on. Well, yeah, gotta make money off you somehow. Don't seem to be getting it from your family. Might as well use our drama. I gave up on getting any money from you when we divorced. Mainly because I couldn't bring myself to take it from the best thing about you, which is your daughter. I should also remember that the camera is there, so when I'm addressing you, I should be looking at the camera, not at the chat. That's amateur hour. Good news is, with Fenn and Mick getting a lot of chances to beat up on significantly weaker Pokemon, they're still getting decent stat values from it. So when they do level up, they get more bonuses, which we like. We like very much. Again, I've been honest about that from the start. Like, I don't know what it is about telling people that you're a user and a manipulator and that you're a bad person that leads them all to believe that you're not a user and a manipulator and a bad person. It's some crazy reverse psychology bullshit that I just don't understand, because I wear my red flags with pride. And y'all are just fucking colorblind. I totally forgot to ask Lamb while she was here if she would rather be a Diglett or a Drowsy. Whoops. That being said, at the rate I'm going, I'm not going to catch a Diglett or a Drowsy tonight, so that will have to wait till next time. Diglett rocks. Diglett does kind of rock. Drowsy is kind of creepy, especially when it evolves. Hypno is definitely a predator, in the same way that Mr. Mime is. Type is Rap. Rap is normal type. So we could... Alright. wrap then. We'll just use the move that I hate being on the receiving end against the enemy. And I think with that, Ash should be able to level herself up pretty quick. A wild Bellsprout appeared. If I recall, Bellsprout doesn't evolve into Weeping Bell until like level 22, I think. That part is a late evolution. From memory, you're right about that part, you know. One point of damage at a time. Which means I will still have to be somewhat careful with Ash too, because as a stage 1 evolution, they're still a bit vulnerable. Missed. Alright, and with that, Ash 2's career of solo fighting is over. Good call, because the Pidgey's next attack critted. That would have been a death. Heal so I can let Ash 2 try and do some more solo fighting, just because it is a much faster way to get them experience, and they are the only one that really needs it at the moment. At some point, I'm going to have to decide which of Mick or Fennon I'm going to swap out for a water type. Because that's really the big blind spot I have at the moment. I need something that can deal with fire types. Which is either a water type or a rock type. Which is a weird thing that I always forget that rock and ground are two different types. I just feel like they should be the same type. Because I think I get a rod in Vermilion. Although it'll be an old rod, which I'm pretty sure can only get Magikarp. Which would, with a bit of effort, give me access to a Gyarados. But I think until I get the Lapras from Saffron City, I will try and get a good rod and make my water Pokemon a Poliwhirl. Which I can catch in a few places. Of course, there's also the question of who I'm going to trade out for Eevee once I get an Eevee. Probably Sir Hannah at that point, because I'm pretty sure Ash 2 would also be able to learn Sleep Powder. And would have more grass moves. Grass moves are going to be the thing we need more than anything else. Are we going to need grass moves? Who does? Grass would be strong against Giovanni's gym, and it would be strong against the first two members of the Elite Four. Genuinely surprised you've lost this one. I mean, Sleep Powder is crucial when you only get one chance to catch a Pokemon. Especially to catch something like Abra. But even if I'm going to go for the legendaries, need to put them to sleep before I try anything. And then, if I swap you out, you'll be safe. You'll survive to the very end. It does remind me, at some point, I do need to do some housekeeping and move Shocky Boy into a separate box. Because I did see that he is in the same box I'm using for everything else at the moment, and that's just going to lead to confusion at some point. I really should have traded out when it was a Pidgey. much PP do you have left up wrap? 2. That's not going to be enough to get the job done. So we will send out Juju. He will make short work of it. Azzy, you're back. Welcome back. That's going to disable Ember, isn't it? Oh, Growl. Alright. Excellent. As long as it doesn't disable Ember, we're fine. I would like Juju to learn a second fire type move to avoid that being a risk. Possibly of the throwing flame variety. Has type advantage as well, so we can use that. Right, if we select my dun, 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 dun. Of course, planning for the future, there is also the question of, do I put the ghost types in one of my slots? Kinda sad that I'm not a fire Pokemon, but I'm okay with Kadabra. Well, I can tell you as Kadabra, as long as you don't die, you're going to be in my final team. That's... If there's one thing I remember from Gen 1, it is that Psychic is overpowered as fuck. Ashley was trying to learn Sleep Powder, but Ashley can't learn more than 4 moves. Know what to move to make room for Sleep Powder? Yes, absolutely. Get rid of Poison Powder. Ghost Pokemon are always amazing. They are. But they come with the same weakness that Kadabra has. And that is the fact that they are a trade evolution to get to their 3rd stage. Which means they, like Kadabra, will be locked at their 2nd stage of evolution and won't have their full stats available. And do I want 2 Pokemon that are locked down like that in my final team of 6? Like, I'll get the Ghastly, and I will train it up to be a Haunter, just because I need to get to 50 Pokemon in the Pokédex to get the XP all, which will then make grinding so much easier. In Toy Story 1, Andy was 6. He would be 37 now. And he got old. They're doing another Toy Story, aren't they? I did see something about that. They're still milking that franchise for all it's worth. Just 2 more levels to go. Should probably go back to the Poke Center so I can replenish all that PP. Get Ash 2 back in fighting form. See this, Azzy? This is the kind of shenanigans that make you a problem. How dare you come into my chat with that evil? How dare you? I will criticize Azzy all I want. It has been years since I lost the game, and he just made me lose the game. God fucking damn it, Azzy. Did you ever consider the fact that my attention is not a good thing? Do I have filter settings on? What do you mean by filter settings? Oh, the fact that he didn't actually swear. No. Yeah, I was gonna say, of course I don't have filter settings on. Do you want to swear and carry on in my stream? You are welcome to swear and carry on in my stream. Shit fuck cunt. Shit fuck cunt indeed. That was to win. Damn right it was to me. Now who's making it all about themselves, Henno? I'm there having a conversation with Azzy, you just need to interject yourself. Alright, so, with any luck, this run should get Ash 2 to level 20. And then we will do the journey down to Vermilion City. And we'll end the stream pulling into the Vermilion City Poker Center. So that I've arguably made some progress tonight. Beyond just grinding levels in this one patch of grass. When you've been attacked the way you have all night, you develop a certain degree of paranoia. My apologies. The way you've been attacked all night, like you weren't the one that started all this. God. Always reframing the issue to make yourself appear to be the victim. You made progress in the game, but not in your own personal development. There is no room to develop personally. I've already reached peak Windfarer. This is the cap. This is how high my personal development can go. That, ladies and gentlemen, is why we can never ask. Correct. As I have been saying this whole fucking time, is because you have your perceived version of me that sets standards impossibly high that I was never going to meet. And then you get shitty at me that you have those standards. I was honest with what I am from the start. And what I am is a terrible person who you shouldn't put that much effort into. How do you feel after getting all those feelings out? Like I'm not listened to. Because honestly, his reacting like this is the first time I've said any of this. And I have said this so many times. Alright, the ad counter started. I have 9 minutes and 40 seconds to get to Vermilion City after leveling up Ash once more. With that in mind, does anyone have a raid suggestion? could all agree that this is Tiffany's fault. Look, I like using Tiffany as a scapegoat as much as the next person. But no, I don't think she can be blamed for this one. This is all Heno's inability to listen. As I painfully spelt out how terrible a person I am. We still going? We still going? I don't know if you're talking about the stream still going, or the argument, the drama. Both are still going. The drama did subside for a little bit, and then as he mentioned the game, and it brought it all back. She'll have to do this later, but when we'll have to do this behavior. I fucking love my behavior, so that's fine with me. The only problem with my behavior is people expecting me to change my behavior. Some wild takes. Heno has absolutely expressed some wild takes tonight. Absolute madness. Alright, so we will clear the path to Vermilion first. I think there's only one more before we clear the path to Vermilion Poke Center. And then we will go back and clear the other trainers in this section. No one expects you to ever change, but we all know one day you have to do it. What's to deal with? My attitude is already fucking perfection. Spearow, eh? I reckon Fennin can scrap with a Spearow just fine. Let's use Eradicate. Change Pokemon? No, Fennin also has the type advantage here. Alright. We heal up, establish this as my new home base. Let's go clear those remaining trainers out. And then hope to God that I'm right and I can get a Meowth in the next grassy patch. Because a Meowth will make everything work. Junior Trainer wants to fight. Junior trainer sent out Cubone. Fannin has got this. Maybe Fannin does not have got this. It's unfortunate Wind does not publish this VOD. My VODs are all on, well, not all, but I do put my VODs on my YouTube channel, eventually. I have a YouTube. I do have a YouTube. It is just VODs. Finn is trying to learn Body Slam, but Finn can't learn more than 4 moves. Yes, we want Body Slam. Which move should be forgotten? Tackle. Alright, this is one for Juju. Although I am planning to, but again, this is planning to, like, I'm always planning 1,000,001 things, whether or not I actually do it is another. But with this Nuzlock, I am planning to do a shorter cut. Switch to Pokemon Blue Nuzlocke? I'm not on Pokemon Blue Nuzlocke. Instantly cure the poison because I could have teleported for that actually. But alright, we are in Vermilion. We have cleared the path here. And with that, it's basically the end of tonight's stream. So I may do a stream on Thursday. It just depends on if I get my shit done before I need to. Yeah, we'll see. In the meantime, catch you all next time. If you have any raid suggestions, get them in there. Otherwise, I will find someone. But, bye-bye.